Hello, you guys, and it has been a while, but I am back. We are back in the world, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. We're back. It's been a while since I have recorded a Minecraft Tornado Survival video, and that is for several reasons that I will get into. Let me Okay, right now, what is going on? Looks like we have a tropical system. Okay, is that? I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know which clouds are part of the tropical system and which are not. And let me tell you why. Okay, so what I've been working on for the past, while is trying to fix that overcast blanket glitch. And I mean, at first, I keep losing my train of thought. So at first, I just set the overcast percent to 0 and just called it a day. But I realized I actually did want some benign overcast clouds. Like it actually was something that I wanted. So yeah, for the past month or so, I've been trying to hold on. If I get one more piece of sand, I can make 3 things of glass pane. So I need to go back out here and do that. What is that? Oh, it's just fish. Okay, so basically, I don't like. I don't like the water being like that. Okay, I don't know why that bothers me, but it does. Anyway, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay, seeing this from the outside is crazy. Anyways, so sorry, my brain is all over the place. That's just how I am sometimes. But anyways, let's get this in the furnace. Do I have coal? Seriously? Do I seriously not have coal? This cannot be happening. No way. No way. Okay. Well, we know what we're gonna do next. Wait. Okay, yeah, the tropical system is dying out. I knew I had to have had some. I mean, we're still kind of low on it, though. So it's still something we're going to need. I'm gonna need 3 to smelt the sand that I just got. Okay, anyway. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So basically, I was talking about my history with the overcast glitch, with the overcast blanket glitch. So basically, like, let me start from the very beginning. I mean, I know I already started telling you the story, but let me just start from the very beginning. So basically, like, when I just started this world, you guys probably remember that I had that overcast blanket glitch. Like, I believe in the first 2 episodes of this season. So basically, then someone in the comments told me, like, hey, you can set the overcast percent to 0. And so I did that, and I mean, it worked. The blanket was gone, but there were no, like, benign overcast clouds like what you see around here right now. So, um, so for a while, I just like was okay with the overcast percent just staying at 0 to avoid the blanket. Let me sleep. I know it's becoming night. So yeah, I was okay with just leaving the overcast percent at 0. However, as you guys can see, let me show you in the config. My overcast percent is not 0 right now. As you guys can see, it is not 0. Um, and that is because at some point I realized how much birch wood do I have? At a certain point, I realized I did actually want the benign overcast clouds. Like at first I thought I was fine without them, but I realized I actually did want them. So, oh, I have a lot. I didn't know I had all this. So what I did was, so actually the next thing I did was I used AI to make like an overcast changer script with Python code. Um, and I use AI to do a lot of the dirty work for me because I will tell you guys, I'm not an experienced coder. I'm not. Um, I mean, I've taken like a couple of coding classes in college, but it's not my forte. Um, so yeah, I use AI to do the dirty work. Um, is that lazy? Sure. I guess you could call it that, but you know, it's just what I do. Anyway, I digress. So the overcast changer script, what it did was it went into the config file and changed the overcast percent at random times. So I had it switch between, I think, like 0.74 and 0 or something like that. So when it would be at a non-zero value, you'd see like the blanket with like those rainy clouds occasionally forming. Um, and you could see those rainy clouds way in the distance. You guys know what I'm talking about. But anyway, where am I going? But anyways, um, but I wasn't satisfied with that. I mean, I was okay with that for a little bit, but eventually I decided I wasn't satisfied with that. So then what I did next was I tried to use AI to actually tamper with the mod um, and fix the overcast glitch. And there were all sorts of methods I tried to do. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain them, but yeah, there were all sorts of methods I tried. And I even tried to mess, like decompile the class files and mess with those. But, as I said before, I'm not an experienced coder, and I'm not like the most file savvy person, I guess you could say. So I didn't know how to like when I did make changes, I didn't know how to keep them. And I didn't know how to recompile to make the new mod file. I'm not going to get into all of that. Basically, I used AI to try to change the mod, and at first like it didn't work. There were some solutions that kind of worked, but still didn't satisfy me. Um, but then there was one idea that I kept in mind that I just didn't want to try for whatever reason. I guess I was afraid it wouldn't work. And that idea was so as you guys know, let me show you so that you guys know what I'm talking about. So you can see in the settings, let me go to the settings. So there are two layers of those benign overcast clouds that you see. There's the layer 0 height cloud layer, and then there's also the layer C height. Apparently, both of these were blanketing, but I didn't know that. At first, I thought just this was blanketing. So what I did was, so I believe this number is like the very bottom end of the layer 0 height clouds that are generated, but the actual blanket was more at around like I want to say around 315 blocks, 320 blocks high. That's where the actual blanket was. So what I ended up doing was I completely disabled this because this was blanketing as well. And then I disabled, and then I found a way to have the clouds above 315 blocks not render. So now all we're seeing are the clouds between 250 blocks and 315 blocks. So that's all we're seeing. And there's no more blanket because, again, as I said, the blanket was above 315 blocks. It was around there. So yeah, and I mean, I'm saying I did all this, but it was really the AI that did this. I just told it to do this. Um, yeah, and I just tampered with And the final solution only tampered with like one file from the mod. So, yeah, I'm realizing how weird this is. Um, hmm, I think, yeah, this might bother me a little bit, but we're gonna have to have the door right here because it would not make sense to have the door right here and have to parkour to it. Um, but yeah, that is how that is how I fixed the overcast blanket glitch. And the result, oh, there's a storm, it looks like. But yeah, the result is a relatively thin layer of benign overcast clouds. And as you can see, some of those clouds look like cirrus clouds, but some of them look more cumuliform, but they're just pretty thin. Like, based on what I showed you, like the benign clouds can only they can only be up to 65 blocks thick because, that layer zero layer starts at 250 blocks. And then I cut it off above 315 blocks. So it's a relatively thin layer, but it still generates those benign overcast clouds that I wanted. Like those clouds that don't cause any storms, but that sometimes like create those rain showers. But yeah, I wanted those clouds as much as the storm clouds because I just wanted something realistic, I guess. Because in real life, like sometimes you get those clouds that don't necessarily produce storms, and that may just produce like light showers or nothing at all. So yeah, I wanted to be able to enjoy all aspects of the mod, even littler. Littler is not even a word. Even like smaller things like that. Interesting. We don't really have a risk. So it's interesting how we're getting a severe storm. It'd be crazy if we got a tornado on a day with like pretty much no risk. So yeah, that's part of what I've been doing. And going through all of those solutions, by the way, took like weeks, even I guess you could even say months if you include like the break that I took. Because in the middle, I took a break lasting like a few weeks. Like I gave up on trying to do this. But then that height disabling idea came to mind. Well, it was already kind of in mind. I was just afraid to try it. But then I finally decided to try it after like a month of trying other things. Oh gosh. And it ended up working. But anyway, we have bigger problems to worry about. We might have a tornado coming. Oh, by the way, I do want to say I toned down the settings because I just felt like storms and tornadoes were happening like way too often. Um, so yeah, I toned down the settings. We'll see how it goes. I mean, if look at that. There's your tornado. There's your tornado for the episode. But if it seems like the weather is too quiet, then bring up the settings. Let's see. It's not. Interesting. Okay, it's not on here, that tornado. Because yeah, do I actually have to survey the damage? Because, like, I thought you didn't. Like, I thought it still. I thought it, like, still told you, like, how strong the tornado, an active tornado was, like, even if you didn't survey the damage. Okay, now it's, like, gone. But that was a pretty decently sized cone. So yeah, if you wanted to see a tornado in my first episode back after a long time, and there you have it, there's a tornado. But yeah, and then let's see, behind the storm, yep, we have those benign overcast clouds. Yeah, you can kind of see them. And the nice thing is, like, yes, even though, so yeah, the only downsides to the solution I arrived at for that, for the overcast clouds, is that one, there's only like one layer of benign clouds instead of two, because the mod's supposed to come with two layers, like that layer C layer, and then also the layer 0. But we can only have one layer with the solution that I came up with. And two, like the layer, is like pretty thin. So sometimes it creates these weird situations where you can still see the sun even though it's raining. Um, or on very rare occasions, there'll even be like cloudless rain shafts, like rain shafts with no clouds above them. But that's pretty rare. Like the vast majority of the time, there will be clouds above the rain shafts. So I'm happy with that. Um, but yeah, I think those things are not huge issues. Like I can live with them. So I'm just happy about the solution. But now I will get into the positives about this solution, and it's that you get clouds that look like, because even though the cirrus layer is technically disabled, like you still get clouds that look like cirrus clouds. I mean, like look at these clouds for example. They look quite a bit like cirrus clouds, I would say. I'd say they look a lot like cirrus clouds. And what the heck? Why are there pillagers over there? Um, and then you'll also get cumuliform clouds still as well. I mean, they're pretty thin, but you do still get cumuliform clouds. And then those clouds are the clouds that will sometimes produce rain showers. And I mean, you can kind of make them out way in the distance, but there's not really a lot of cumuliform. Sometimes I can't speak. There's not really a lot of cumuliform clouds around us right now. It's mostly just this blanket of cirrus-like clouds. But anyway, you still get the different cloud types. It's just they're all in one layer, which is fine. And then again, that the rare case with like the glitch cloudless rain. But yeah, I'm happy with the solution that I arrived at. So now the weather will be more realistic. Like, now, you know, not all clouds are going to be associated with storms. Some of the clouds are just going to be benign overcast clouds, maybe cirrus, maybe cumulus. And I realized I do enjoy even the little things like that, not just the storms that this mod brings. But I do love them. I love the storms this mod brings, but I also love like the smaller things like that it brings. Like I love the entire weather system, not just the storms. Um, anyway, enough of that. I talked a lot about that this whole episode. There was something else I wanted to tell you. So there was another reason why I've been like not posting a lot lately. And that's because I've been I have been playing in another world, if you can believe it. And I call it my Project Beachfront world. Well, actually, the world has a different name. Um, but the um, the Minecraft, because like in the Minecraft, you might know in the Minecraft launcher, you can like launch like different versions of the game. Like you can create different versions and like launch them. So I created a whole separate like version. I mean, it's still for the same version of the game. Actually, I should call it an installation. I created a whole separate installation of Minecraft for my Project Beachfront world, which again has a different name. Like the actual world is not called that, but that's what the installation that the world is in is called. But I'm still gonna call it my Project Beachfront world. But anyway, so the reason why I use a different installation for that world is because um, I keep losing my train of thought. So I use a different installation for that world because why did I put my birchwood away? I still need it. Well, because my storm settings are like my mod settings are quite different for that world than they are for this world. And as you know, if you want different like your like the PM weather mod settings stay the same when you go between worlds. That's what I'm trying to say. See, these are the cumuliform clouds I'm talking about. Let me go outside so you can see them better. See, these are the cumuliform clouds I'm talking about. And then it kind of looks like the cirrus clouds are behind them. And then you can see the more cumuliform clouds over there. And then I think there are showers over there too. Let me check. I thought I saw rain shafts over there. Yeah, it looks like there are some showers over there as well. So yeah, this is a pretty good view of like both of the main cloud types working together, like the thicker, more cumuliform clouds, and then the cirrus clouds. So yeah. But anyway, yeah, in my beach world, I think I'll just call it my beach world. Um, I have like totally different like PM weather mod settings. Um, because like in that world, I'm mostly just trying to like build like a nice beach property, and like live there. And I have all sorts of like interesting things built. I have a beach house. I've made a stable there. I have a greenhouse. What else do I have? I have a lighthouse. I have kind of like a pier with like a boat parking lot. I have a fishing hut. I have somewhere to fish, and I have like kind of an underwater aquarium type place. I have all sorts of things in that world. So yeah, I've been playing in that world quite a bit. If you guys want, maybe I will do like a short video in that world, like showing you around. I don't know if I'm gonna do a recorded series in that world, because that world's more for like non-recorded type things. Like it's meant to be a non-recorded world, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm kind of hesitant to start like a recorded series in that world. So I don't like, but if you guys want to see the world, maybe I'll show it to you. So yeah, but oh yeah, and another reason I don't really want to record in that world is because the weather mod settings, like the PM weather mod settings, are like toned down significantly more in this world than they in that world than they are in this world. Because I mean, in this world, I made the settings so that the storms are relatively active. So there's a relatively active storm pattern. But in that world, I made it so that storms were like significantly less frequent, significantly less likely to progress into tornadoes if they do develop. So, yeah. But the reason why the settings are more intense in this world is obviously because this world is meant to be my recorded world. This is meant to be like a world I play in for entertainment, and it wouldn't be very entertaining if there wasn't a lot of storms. So, yeah, one of the reasons I'm hesitant to record in that world is because I made that world have like calmer weather settings, because it's not meant to be like an entertainment type world. It's meant to be more of like a relaxing world, if you will. I mean, storms still do develop in that world, and there still are tornadoes. They're just not very common. But anyways, I pretty much did all the work I wanted to do this episode while talking to you guys. And I mean, I know I just talked about how I fixed the overcast glitch, like for most of the episode, but I did talk a bit about the beachfront world, which I also wanted to talk about. And I don't know, maybe one day I'll show it to you. But yeah, look at that. You can see some rain showers developing way in the distance. Um, but I mean, I know a lot of people don't care about just rain showers. You care about the storms and the tornadoes, but I don't know. I just like even the little weather features in this mod, not just the storms. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the storms in this mod, but I love the littler things, like, not the littler, that's, again, that's not a word, the smaller things in this mod, Like again, like the clouds that don't necessarily produce rain, or the clouds that just produce like some lighter showers. I like the whole weather system in this mod, like I've said before. Anyways, I'm dragging it on. I've pretty much done what I wanted to do this episode, and this episode's probably getting pretty long. Um, so I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, especially that tornado that kind of passed by the area. Like, that was exciting. And goodbye for now. I don't know when the next episode's gonna come out. We'll see. But for now, this is goodbye.